Welcome to the beautiful island of Malta. Gabriel and I are so excited to share with you the discoveries we found here as we were location scouting for our film Love in the Face of ISIS.
We are very impressed, and we are also finding that the locations here are fantastic for filming.
Driving from the airport was just one huge location scout adventure for us. We didn't know where to look. On either side of the car there were such amazing things that were going on in front of our eyes. It's going to be a challenge to replicate Iraq in some of the areas. In other spots I think we're going to have a lot of success. We first heard about this island nation when our script was under development, and I was so excited about the possibility of coming here. I just felt like God was in it. We were invited by the Maltese Film Commissioner to come to Malta, and they would give us a location guide to help us find the locations that we would need for the different scenes in our movie. I had no idea how incredible that time would be with our host, Jean-Pierre. He did such a fantastic job of pre-scouting locations for us, took us to all the right places. In every place that he took us, I could see potential. And the movie was actually coming to life in my mind.
The hospitality by the Film Commission has been amazing. We have a studio here, and they tour us out wherever we wanted to go through all the island. We spent a couple of days scouting and meeting people and places, and it was really fascinating to see how it all came together.
It's funny because I looked at the map before we came here and I said 16 miles from top to bottom. This is a tiny place. How much can we actually see? And oh my gosh, we were so exhausted. Every day we went out for 8 hours non-stop, in and out of the car, going to see these different locations. We saw palaces, and then we saw utter devastation. And I saw potential in all of those areas.
This is a tapestry, a cultural tapestry of many influences of culture, of art, of architecture. And so it's been a variety, an incredible variety of things, of buildings, of the way governments have been established. And so those are some of the things that I found incredibly interesting.
One of my favorite locations that we found was this bottom basement room that was underneath this palace, and it was symbolic of the believers in Mosul, their churches, the architectural arches and everything. It was so reminiscent of what I'd seen in visual pictures as references. And you go down there, and not only is the room beautiful, but the acoustics are so cool. I envisioned this scene that I had written coming to life beautifully there.
And the views are just amazing. Not that you couldn't use, you're going to use all those views for the movie, well, that would be for a different
it's
film.
Too bad Iraq isn't on the water, that would be amazing.
It's really amazing, but the buildings have been used in the past as fortresses, as places where the military was and stuff, and it just was perfect for the film, because those are the areas that resemble Iraq in many ways.
I felt God's presence while we were film scouting on location here. Gabriel and I and our host Jean-Pierre, we were walking through this city square, and we came upon this young boy. I'd say he was about 9 years old, blonde-haired, in his football uniform, and he was kicking the soccer ball around, and he caught both of our eyes, and so we stopped to watch him play. I think his ball got away from him first of all.
Yeah.
So Gabriel, being a soccer player from his youth, he comes and he starts kicking the ball back to the boy, and I got out my camera thinking, this is fantastic. They're going to engage in this really fun, playful experience, and I want to capture that on video. But as soon as Gabriel had kicked the ball back to this boy, then he started to put on his show. He was showing us actually the different moves that he could make, and I stood there and I was amazed, because I realized as I was watching this interaction, what was unfolding before my eyes was actually a scene that I had written in my movie of a young boy, 9 years old, who's on the city streets, who's kicking his ball, loses control of it, gets introduced to the stranger who kicks the ball back to him, and they start engaging. And the moves that this boy made were the exact moves that I had written into my movie. When that encounter was finished and we started to walk away, I don't have this on camera, but I turned back to look at the boy, and he had the ball under his arm, and he looked at me and he smiled and he gave me a wave exactly like I had written in the movie. And I just like, God, how good is that? That you are just doing these little confirmations with us that you're in this movie. You've brought us to this place. This is your choice, and we agree 100%.
To me, these are divinely appointed for us to open our eyes and to feel that God is really leading us in the right path without opposition, there's been kindness, there's been peace and shalom over the project and over the scouting, which is really important to capture in order to match later artistically.
What are the things that you're believing God for? Are they big enough? Because if they're not big enough, if they're not the impossible thing, then you're not leaving room for God to move in your life. So I want to encourage you to dream big, to allow God to impart those dreams into your heart that He's planned from eternity past for you to accomplish, doing the works that He's created for you to do as you bring His kingdom here on earth.
Amen.
Amen.
Fantastic.